Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. You do this thing when I'm talking to you, like everything freezes and it's just us two. You do this thing when I'm talking to you, like everything freezes and it's just us two. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. Give it to me like world without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. It's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you.
Hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Today we're doing a big switch up. I'm here with Coral's Hollow. Currently waiting on her, do her stuffs, and gonna be doing a simple pumpkin for teaching her some of the ways of blender stuffs. But hello, Kenny Lee 21. Thank you very much for the lurk. Let's get back to actually being able to hear again. Nope, she's doing her intro. It's just what I'm used to doing. I just call you Kenny whenever I know you're around, but anybody that might be watching the VODs, we at least got that. Shit, is my Chrome still being captured? Oh well, you guys can hear Coral in the background there, sums. Oh, while we're waiting on her, you guys might see the pumpkin in the lower left corner. I actually made that yesterday, and essentially doing about the same thing.
Undeafen him.
Oh, God.
We've been graciously bestowed upon the presence of an old man named Megalian, who is going to help us learn a new skill. So if you guys have Blender 4.2.3, feel free to follow along and learn with us. We'll give you a little bit in case you want to do that. You guys can open up the program. I am still just learning this, so this will be my first time. So if it's a little bit slow today, I promise it's just because I'm dumb.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Exactly. I did try a little bit of 3D modeling a long time ago, so I may have a little bit of knowledge on it, but I am still nowhere near skilled. But we're gonna go ahead and pop on over into the game scene now. Hello.
Rawr.
Roar, he's gonna teach me things. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the Blender scene. See that many times.
Yes, more. And as always, we know the drill. We know how all this works. First we delete that, and then
Then you bring it back in. I have no idea why the hell they do that. Shift A.
Shift A. There we go. Yes. We're learning. There we go. Now we've done the first part of the project.
That is oftentimes how those tutorials start off. I don't know why the hell they even do it. It is a big joke in the Blender community.
It's fun. So like, this one isn't good enough. I'll get my own.
Yeah, essentially.
I appreciate the teacher handing me the paper, but I'm gonna throw it on the ground and use my own.
Yeah, so I think like there's literally, unless you've made a custom scene like I explained to you before for your startup file, there's nothing different between the cube that you start off with in the new scene and the one that you just put in.
Yeah, I know.
Just madness. I don't know why. But in this little tutorial, we're going to be getting rid of the cube and the light.
Okay.
So,
Goodbye, cube. Goodbye, light.
yeah.
There.
Camera can stay there for now,
For now.
as long as it behaves itself.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get in my way, it'll be fine. Oh my god, it's in my way.
Punch it.
Destroy it. Teach it who's boss. Alright.
Alright, so first thing we're going to do is hold down Shift and hit A.
Shift A.
Bring in a UV sphere.
Okay. We have a UV sphere.
Now down the lower left where it says add UV sphere and it's got the little right facing, well, the greater than sign to the left of it. Click that and it'll bring up a menu.
Okay.
Alright, on that menu we're going to take the segments down to 8.
Map.
And those segments are the first one.
Yeah, I did. I'm just
Oh, I'm watching the stream. And then the rings will take the 4.
Okay.
Starts off sort of very low poly.
Yes.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna hit tab to go into edit mode.
Okay. We're in edit mode. I'm
Alright,
just gonna share my screen to you so you don't get that delay from stream.
alright. Yeah, I'll actually pull that up, and that way I can watch you in real time, have less of that delay. Stop playing with your ball on stream.
I'm gonna play with my balls if I want to play with my balls. Can't stop me, father. This is who I am as a person.
Alright, so we're gonna hit S for scale, then Z will lock it to the Z axis. We want to squish it down. And just right mouse button.
I'm not clicking anything.
Yeah, hit the right mouse button. Because that will cancel what you were doing. And then have the cursor a little bit further away from the middle of the screen. Alright, so scale Z for locking it to Z, and then squish it down a bit. Squish it down like pumpkin.
Okay.
Oh god, I just got raided already. Who done it? It's Narco. Thank you very much for the raid, Narco. I'm in the middle of teaching my friend Coral here how to do the Blender stuff, so welcome everybody.
It's so nice to see you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and lurk in your stream, man.
No.
I'm gonna do it anyway because you told me no.
I hope everything went good with the Genshin Impacts, because I was lurking on her and JP. And get rid of that tab. Okay.
Alright.
Finally got to raid me. Yeah. She usually streams earlier in the day compared to us. Boop, 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 boop. The tragic clip, yes. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, so
How do I click to hit the proper?
gotta get back to watching you. There we go. Alright, so you got. Alright, I saw what you did there. Okay, so did you already squish it?
I squeezed it.
Mm,
Just like I did, but
maybe take it a little bit more down. So SZ,
let's go down. Okay.
SZ.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still good. Alright, we got a pumpkin. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. Alrighty. So we're going to hit G to move it. And then we'll lock it to the Z axis. We'll take it up a bit. We sort of want to like sort of even it out. So if you hit 1 and you're looking at it dead on, the bottommost pixel. You can hit the X there as well. That'd work. The bottommost vert would pretty much be on the line. Yeah, I don't use that navigation gizmo too much because I get confused sometimes of which side I'm looking at. I know 1 is always front, then right is always the left side of the character if you're doing like a character model.
Yeah.
And then Z is always overhead unless you hit that 9 key like I told you where it flips things around.
Got it.
Alright, so we got that sort of just set up as is right now. What we're going to do is left mouse button to select the top vert, then hold down shift and select the bottom vert.
Okay.
Alright, so what we're going to do is a vertex bevel. So regular beveling, you just hit Control B. So you know, do that. And then you see I was like not doing really jack shit.
Yeah.
That's because it isn't a vert bevel, that's a regular bevel.
Okay.
So you hit V and now change it to a vert bevel. So now
Nothing happened.
you have to pull, well, here, right mouse button so you can get a better look. Or did you left mouse button?
I'm not familiar with these yet, so I'm still learning them.
That's fine, that's fine. Go ahead and shift your view probably would have helped out a bit more. Yeah, shift your view, maybe a bit more like a overhead sort of view so you can see it better. Alright, Control B, then V,
V?
like Victor, And there you go. See, now it's coming out. So you can take it to whatever degree you want to, like, sort of bring it out.
There.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Nice and flat.
Yeah. Then we're gonna hit X and delete only the faces. So that's sort of getting things started. Yeah, bye faces.
Goodbye. See you later.
Alright, so this one is a bit tricky with the things. You hold down Control, Alt, and then left mouse on like one of the edges, which is the lines between the verts.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I forgot to say, we had to switch over to edge mode.
What's edge mode?
Alright, so one thing, since like a lot of our keys that we're using is our left hand's like ASDW area. One is vert mode, 2 is edge, and then 3 is face.
Okay.
So you can switch between those 3 real quick without having to go up to the upper left hand corner and click constantly. So 2 is what we're going to be using right now. And this is like if you only want to get certain edges without making like a full box out of selecting like a rectangle made of 2 faces or something. Selecting just the edges won't get all those verts that will get the line in between. Like it.
Like that? Is that right?
You're in there. Alright.
Just grab one section. I'm confused.
Yeah, so here. You looking at my stream?
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you here. So if we select the, yeah, I was holding down holding down Alt out of a force of habit. So if I select,
What are the buttons again that I need to use?
it's Control, Alt, and left mouse button. But I'm just showing you an example here right now. If
Oh, so like that.
yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. But if you like select these same verts, it's like right there, getting those 4 verts is already getting those 4 that face, and then doing like that, you get both to the faces in there. If you just want to get the edges though, you just go along and it doesn't select all of it.
Yeah.
So you use that a lot for like just beveling things. What was that?
My microphone is on.
I was hearing you on stream before I muted tab.
Yeah. Stealth said I was quiet today. Hi, Stealth. Welcome in. I'm just learning. Come learn with us. We're using Blender. Okay, back to it. Teach me. Okay, what am I? I'm trying to use a Control Alt left mouse button, but I am
Oh.
selecting.
If you want to just select.
Around, unless you're talking like this.
Alright, so Control Alt is sort of like the Control Alt and left mouse button is what we're going to be doing, and that will select a sort of like along a loop, I guess you'd call it. So it'll be there, and then how this like get this flat edge right here gets all the way down.
Right.
But if you want to do like how I was doing, just showing as the example, you just hold down Shift to select multiple things.
Oh, yep. Okay.
And
I understand.
Alt, holding down just Alt, will get like the entire loop. Edge loops are important in organic modeling, therefore like character modeling, or else trees, things like that. Stuff that's got more life to, I guess you could say, compared to like a robotic or armor sort of thing. Though that's not to say it's completely useless for hard surface modeling. It's just whenever things move and stretch more, you want to make sure you have a good edge flow so that whenever things start, like you can take your character from a T-pose down to arms down to the side. It has good edge flow as well as topology. You're not going to get like a crease in your shoulder wherever you put your arms down. So,
Okay.
but that's just an example. So like this right here is edge loop.
See those on the camera.
To get this, you hold down Control and hit R, and that's an edge loop. So if you're seeing that, that means that it's got a full, and that's got the edge flow that goes all the way around in that circle.
Okay.
And you can hit right mouse button to cancel moving it, so it'll always be in the dead center of wherever you put it. But you just hit Control Z and get rid of that for the time being.
Okay.
Alright, so back on topics. Well, back on with the tutorial, just because I wanted to explain stuff to you as we go along. Alright, so we're going to be doing the whole Control Alt and left mouse button, and we're going to get all of, well, we're going to get the top one, then we're going to have to hold down Shift as well now, and get the rest of them along the way. Yep, go all the way down to the bottom.
Okay, I got them.
Now we're going to do a regular bevel, which is just Control B. B, bravo.
Okay, yep. Got it.
So pull out some.
Nothing's happening.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Alright, then mouse wheel up once. Now, yeah, there you go. That's how you add more segments. The more segments you add, the more topology you have, the more flexibility and smoother that things will be as well. But that is also increasing your face count. So that's another thing to worry about. Alright, so we got that. Alright. Actually have these all written down, so I want to make sure to go along the steps to teach the best I can.
Yes, Mr. Teacher!
Alrighty, so
I feel like for the lesson for today, what I want to do to truly grasp what it is that we are doing, I want to do like sort of like the beginner is like you help me do it, and then I'll try it on my own. You correct me, and then I'll keep doing that until I can get it down.
alright, okay.
Yeah, that way I have an idea of what I'm doing, and then I'm actually grasping it rather than just copying from you.
Alright.
Then I'm not learning anything if I'm just copying you.
Well, I wouldn't really consider this fully copying because I could be telling you exact measurements for how to pull everything out.
No, I mean copying as in using you as
Like the
a
steps,
model.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I don't want to have to keep like just being like, okay, you give me the answers. I want to be able to do the answers.
Well, there's some sort of like freestyle stuff in here too, so
Yeah. My goal is
we're gonna get to it eventually though.
pumpkins.
3 pumpkins? Well,
I can manage.
that'll be fairly easy.
Yeah.
This is probably like the most beginner way I can think of teaching somebody how to do pumpkins. There's other stuff that you can do which involve SVGs, which you can download. Like, you know those patterns that people can get for pumpkins in real life?
Oh yeah.
You basically do that with an SVG, and you could put literally anything you want on the pumpkin. So any of your drawings and stuff, if you convert it to an SVG, then bring it into Blender, which you might have to download an add-on for. I forget if it's a native thing or not that it reads.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole process for setting that up to actually work properly with projecting it onto the pumpkin.
Right. Okay.
Because it's not just like slap it in here and it works.
Yeah.
My C already did what I did, which was select the upper loop, and we're gonna
The upper lip, not the
Yeah.
bottom lip.
gonna get the bottom one too.
Okay, I have both.
All right, and we're just gonna fill those with F. So easy, yeah. And then we'll hit I, which is inset,
Oh.
and bring it in some. And this is basically just gonna be like the top sort of part, like, you know, where the stem would come down to, or else on the bottom of the pumpkin, it's got that like little butthole on the bottom.
Like that.
Yeah, if you want to make it that small.
Tiny little one. He's dying. I'll make it a
But
to work with. F's in chat. Hi for today.
looking back at the tweets, I think you had an extra inset in there. That's not a big deal. Alright. Alright, just one inset. About there should be fine.
How did you do? Yours go in and like touch. Like, oh no, they don't. Never mind. Yours is just really small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're not doing it exactly as I'm doing. I'm sort of intentionally going different than what you're doing.
Well, I mean, that's the goal, right? You're just kind of guiding me through this.
Yeah, it'd be almost like if we were
Tell me exactly how to do it.
both following along with the video and stuff. Alright, so from here, yeah, tacos. Alright, inset, okay. Now this is where the first add-on is going to come into play. You're going to have to go up to edit and the upper menus. Up near like file and stuff.
Oh, this is different. Okay.
Yep. Preferences.
Oh.
Then for the search, up in the search, well off to the left hand side, you want to select add-ons first. And then in this search menu that will be there.
I'm confused. What did you click on? I'm still on the preferences tab. You just clicked the thing.
It's not showing because I'm not capturing the screen. Because I don't see yours either.
Yeah, you did mine. Oh yeah, no, you don't. Hold on.
That's the problem. I think we're both capturing Blender as
Blender, no, Blender?
yeah.
Hey yo, Blender!
Blender.
It kind of sounds like I'm saying Brenda.
I'll kick over to display capture for showing this, and it should show it. Why am I suddenly hearing music?
You're watching my stream, yeah?
Yeah. Went away for a second.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. Alright.
Music playing.
Alright,
I just have some like background
let's
noise.
see, I want to make sure that that's showing on my end at least. Okay, now I just want the display capture. Alright, so hit the preferences thing, you get this menu right here. You want to hit the add-ons one, that's off to the left hand side.
Hey.
I want to bring up. And then up at the top, there's the search bar. You're going to look for tool.
Okay.
What is this saying for you?
I just have Node Wrangler.
Node Wrangler is helpful.
But that's all I have.
Well, you gotta remember I've been using Blender way longer, so I've got a shitload that's from previously. Well, previous to this version. How do we get that?
I'm using SolidWorks to design a new spool holder for my printer, so when I get a direct drive hot end, the filament is fed from the top of the printer instead of the side. Ooh, that's gonna help with the flow of the filament coming from the top instead of the side.
Alright, so we're gonna have to alter things here till.
Okay.
Alright, because you'd actually have to go to the Blender extensions thing now to be able to download it. It used to be something that would automatically, yeah, it used to be something that you automatically could just download normally, which what you're looking for is loop tools.
Oh. What if I typed in Le Poop?
Yeah, there's definitely not one named Le Poop. But does it allow you to install it or no?
It says Loop Tools.
Okay. Then check your add-ons tab again. See if it's actually in there now. Okay, so it's there and it's allowed. Okay, so that's a little bit different from whenever they first put out what I think it was 4.2.2, whenever they first added this stuff. I forget why they added it. to the extensions and stuff, they did a rework on how you got your extensions and everything. And Loop Tools is sort of like already prepackaged with Blender, but not everybody uses it, so that's something. And thanks for the hydrate, Kuko.
Dad, look at my hair with that one. I need a haircut.
Hold on 1 second.
Can I animate stuff?
Give Kuko a shout out here real fast. Nah! Stop it, Gordon.
Since the direct drive has a stepper motor that pushes the filament through the hot end, in/on in the hot end assembly, instead of mounted on the side, it's better to have it mounted. Oh, okay. Thanks for folder was great for my old printer, where it was on. How dare you?
I dares because I cares.
Will be mounted on top of the printer. Oh, that's gonna be so neat. It's also gonna save on some space too, so you can have that shelf for something else.
I don't know anything about 3D printing stuff other than it uses filament.
Yeah.
And you could use Blender to do some of the stuff while you make models using Blender.
Makes sense.
Got you. Making sure I wasn't missing anything.
Okay.
Okay. Huh?
Nice boobs.
Oh yeah, my boobs.
Yeah, your boobs.
Totally not a copy of some other certain VTuber's model.
Oh, yeah.
No, this from, I made this bullshit up from that one whole like fiasco drama thingy that some other VTuber was basically copying Shy Lily's shit. I forgot I was doing just display capture to make things easier. Well, I guess while we're in this shit show, we'll get the other extension too. So see if it's there initially in add-ons. Just type in extra in the search bar. No, it's not. Okay, so you have to check that. Alright, so you'll want extra curve objects and extra mesh objects.
Okay.
And it's always good to double check once it's done.
Oh, it closed.
It crashed. Dun, 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 no. Alright, so they automatically enabled. Okay, good. Alright, so we've got both the add-ons knocked out. Well, all three of them. So, with that out of the way, I just hate that my other monitor's got like a crappier resolution because it's just a regular TV monitor, TV with HDMI connection.
I've got 3 monitors, and one of them, it feels like it's in 720p.
I don't even know what the hell mine's currently in. I don't want to mess with anything and end up breaking something on stream.
I think it's 1080, but like everything else I have is like 4K, so it feels like it's 720.
Alright. Okay, so we got that. So you can go ahead and close that if you want. It's still got both the top and bottom circles selected. So what we're going to do is right mouse button. And up here in Loop Tools, we'll go to Circle. And there you go, makes it a perfect circle. Problem is, it didn't do it with yours, but you can see with mine how mine sort of did this, where they're sort of curved now.
Already set to circle, wasn't it?
Nah, it would have... Oh no, actually yours was a perfect circle from before that with the inlay. Mine's slightly off, but It's very easy to fix. What you'd have to do is go to top down. The top down view is 7, and then hit R and just rotate it until.
Doesn't do the numbers for the top-down view.
With your number pad, like the one off to the right hand side, that's just like.
Got it.
All right, there you go.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, what do we do?
So if you're looking at top down like that, you'd hit R and you can actually just literally rotate and it'll stay looking like that. That could be good for making a sort of spiral like that, like you're doing now.
Yeah.
But as you saw, whenever you got so far, it starts like twisting the stuff up too much, and it could actually cause troubles. I had to do the rotating just to line things up more. Yours is actually pretty good, being as it is. So you got off easy with that. Alright, so now we're gonna sort of shift our view a little bit.
By what?
Hold down a middle mouse button, just like get a different
Wasn't sure
look.
what you were
Alright.
talking about. You want me to do like a X, Y, Z?
But then scale S, then Z, and that way it will keep it on the Z and it'll pull it in just a little bit. So we got that bit of a dip.
Pim, 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 pim. Oh, don't do it that way. I was trying to change my view a little. Okay, just a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Is it on the bottom too?
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Alright, so go inward. Alrighty, so now we're going to make sure we're both still in edge select mode. What we're going to do is hold down Alt and click one of the middle points of the bevel, the regular bevel that we did. Then Shift Alt and go around getting the rest of them.
That'd be a spaceship.
And just be the middle points.
Hey, Dad.
Hmm?
I saw cats outside. I saw 2 of them. Hey, Dad?
Got the kitties out there.
Yeah, I want to pick a kitten.
There you go.
Now I want to go outside to get the kittens to pick them up.
Want to leave the house on his own?
Well,
to go
I'm
get
gonna
a
have
kitten?
one kitten.
He's done that before whenever I was in the shower. Was taking a shower, came back out, he wasn't anywhere inside the house, and ended up,
Oh no.
next thing I know, he's knocking at the door, holding some random ass cat from outside. Yeah, quite literally. Alright, so with those selected,
Yeah, Dad, that's where my
got
that's
those.
why my cat don't have a friend. I don't have a friend.
What we're gonna have to do is hitting the 7 key again to get into like the top down mode.
Okay.
We're gonna hold down Control, then using left mouse button, box select the top part. We're trying to
Oh, and then what?
hold down Control, then you drag it left, hold down left mouse button and drag it. It should box select, not the whole thing though. You want to try to pretty much get the center area here.
Just the center?
Yeah.
But anything happened? You just got rid of the center.
Yeah, so you can get rid of the rest of the ones that it might not have gotten. Just that using the control box select.
Well,
You can also use just hold down shift and left mouse button on the lines themselves to get rid of them.
this isn't helping at all.
I'm used to a lot of the different ways to do these things. So
Yeah.
if the box selecting is being too much of a pain in the ass, you can just use hold down shift and then left mouse button on the lines. Then on the number pad, we'll hit 9 to go to the underside.
And do the same thing.
Yeah, basically.
I just got rid of all of it.
Okay. Alright, so everything deselected that we need to deselect.
Yep.
Alright, so that's good with the angle that you actually move to. Now we're gonna hit scale, so S. Then hold down shift and hit Z. That will lock it so that it'll move on the XY. Anyway, did you hit shift Z?
I got it.
Oh wait, you're doing just Z.
Huh? Shift Z?
Yeah, and there you go. Whenever you get those, whenever you see the red and green lines, it's just locking it to the XY axis. And just good, bring in a good sharp bit. Actually, yeah. I keep on my practice runs. I kept doing it too shallow. Probably as deep as you've gone is actually good. Pumpkin. Make sure that's right. Shift Z. Alright, so we're going to hit tab to go back out of edit mode. So you can switch back and forth between edit mode and object mode just by hitting tab. If you go into sculpt mode, like I showed you before, last night or the night before, I'm getting old so I forget these things. If you're in sculpt mode, whenever you hit tab, it takes you into edit mode. And then it goes back and forth between edit and sculpt mode. Pretty much everything will bounce back to edit mode whenever you hit tab. If you're in pose mode, for if you got messing with an armature, you can hit tab and it'll take you into edit mode so you can change the armature bones and stuff. Yeah, a lot of it goes back to edit mode. But here we're gonna hit yeah, there we go. Control 1 to add one level of subdivision. Yeah, so if you look at the spanner on the right hand side, the wrench, there, it now has a subdivision on it. Yeah, if you probably really jacked up the face count with that.
I'm not gonna do it that much.
Oh yeah, don't do a whole lot. You can end up crashing your PC. No.
200.
350.
350.
Alright.
I wanna hear my computer cry.
I need a heat source. Alright, so we're gonna apply that. So you can click the little down arrow in the modifier thing, not that one. I should have specified. One that's on the right hand side, yeah, and then hit apply. And just like I taught you the other day, just hovering your mouse over and hitting Control A will apply modifiers as well. Once we're going to be getting up to applying a mirror modifier here, and there's one thing I always try to learn to people for whenever they're first starting out with Blender is stuff with that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go into front view with the number 1 on the number pad. Now we're gonna tab over to edit mode.
Okay.
And whenever you're in edit mode, well, this also works in object mode and all the other modes as well. If you hit A, it'll select everything. So in edit mode, it's just what you're editing. So if you've got a bunch of other meshes on the screen, you don't have to worry about those being selected as well. Whenever you're in edit mode, it'll just select all the mesh that you're working on right then and there. So we're just going to hit G, then Z, and just move it down some so it's a bit more closer to the X-axis line there, that red line. All right. So we're going to go into X-ray mode now. Do that, we hold down Alt, then press Z.
I just opened GeForce Experience. Just open C4.
Oh yeah, that isn't that for the quick recording. Yeah, you probably want to kill that hotkey. Okay, so
How to do that?
without the hot. Okay, so not using the hotkey in the upper right-hand corner of the viewport. The viewport's where the grid is and everything. And upper right-hand corner, you'll see above the XYZ butterfly thing. There's the two squares on top of each other.
Okay.
That's your X-ray mode.
Spooky looking.
Yeah, it's all phantasmal and stuff. So we'll hit 1 to go into vert mode.
Okay.
Then what we're gonna do is box select. So sort of get close to the blue line and box select the right hand side of the pumpkin.
Okay.
Then we'll hit X and verts. Ta-da, there goes half the pumpkin. That'll be $5,000. Mm-hmm. That's part of the issue, but we're gonna fix that here in a second. Alright, so I'll explain this to you now. The reason why we gotta go into X-ray mode, if I box select this, it's not going to get all the verts. X-ray mode lets you select all the way through.
Why?
So that's why we had to go into X-ray mode. So what we're going to do here is over the modifiers tab, click the plus and then down to generate and mirror.
Sweet.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Now by default, mirror modifier doesn't start with clipping on. You want to add clipping. Alright, so that's good. That will make it so once the verts get mushed up against each other from both sides, essentially, they will be stuck together. You can always split them using a certain keybind later if we ever need it. I'll teach it to you. But one thing I always do when I'm like modeling stuff and I apply a mirror modifier is I'll usually select the verts that are right on the line there and move them around just to make sure that they're attached. But I'm gonna show you how to fix the issue at the top first. So you're gonna get to the top of your pumpkin. Then we'll hit 2. Might be sort of easier to select stuff if you take it out of X-ray mode, just in case.
Okay.
Oh wait,
That's not it. That's no.
yeah, that's your overlay. Alright. Then, yeah.
Got it.
Alright, so we'll click the edges right here for these two. So that, you got the right one, and then the one like leading into the center.
Wait, I didn't get the whole edge.
Oh no, you just want that one, and then
Oh.
shift and left click the other one. Alright, then we'll just hit F, and that'll fill up that. Oh, you selected more.
Wait.
We're just doing the one side.
Wait. Oh.
Basically, we're going to have to do this for both the top and the bottom, where we just select those two using left mouse button, then shift left mouse button, and hit F, and then it'll probably do the same with the bottom. Mine's a little bit goobered up because for some reason it didn't twist properly.
The one side is messy.
Yeah, we'll get it all fixed here. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm fixing mine because my bottom didn't twist for some reason. So I'm just trying to sort it all out. There we go. We'll kill that. Da, da, da. Got the 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
What are you doing? Crazy.
It's just selecting all the way through. Alright.
The main struggles with the spool holder is making sure it can fit my 5-kilogram spools and moves freely by means of bearings. I'm going to need to do some designing of research because I have an idea or theory, but whether or not it works is an entirely different animal. Oh, good luck with that.
That's how it is a lot of times. Whether or not the damn thing works is a different story altogether. The theory is there, the practical part is iffy. Alright, so what we're gonna do, since I guess I wasn't watching what you were doing, you pretty much went through and filled in those faces?
I did, but they didn't completely fill in everything. And some of them are overlapping. Isn't there another way of doing this? Like, not fill, but connect vertices and fill?
Well, I gotta see how it came out with yours. Okay, alright. You got it fine. That's just the mirror coming through Goofy. So, what you're gonna do now is hold down Alt. Somebody stole your hair. Okay.
Okay, Jack. I'm holding Alt.
Alright, then click on the line that's basically going along the middle there of where the mirror is. Yeah, there we go. And that did it, like, just real quick. Just look all over, make sure the line goes all the way along. It's like mine sort of screwed up a little bit, but alright, okay. So what we're gonna do is just hold, with that selected, we'll hit G, then X, and just move it to the right. G, X, move it to the left. Yeah, cheers.
Gee, what? Hold on. Because I was doing this. What is this?
Alright, so it's going too far in one direction, so do you do the G to the left and G to the right?
I got it.
Alright.
But it's
Okay.
still looping over. It's not closed.
Alright, so G, do G again.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't tell you to go over to vert mode.
Oh,
Sorry. So hit 1.
one.
There we go. Now, basically just go back and forth on that line and just sort of get them like to merge together. So you have to go to the right first, left mouse button, then to the left mouse button. This sort of just like mush them together until they actually like fit.
They don't really fit because one wants to overlap the other. It keeps doing this. What does that mean? I'm not understanding.
It should be merging right there.
Yeah, but
Are you hitting the left mouse button or right mouse button after you moved it?
left mouse button?
Yeah. So left click.
Yeah,
And then,
but I still got a really big one.
so those ones that you just moved should be going together. So hit G, then scroll to, move your mouse to the left until that squishes together.
Okay, they're together.
Alright, so it's all connected then.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a bit of wiggling around to get it to all work properly.
I didn't understand any of that, but alright.
So what we're doing, like the clipping that we put on with mirror, it makes those verts merge.
Oh, okay.
If you don't do that, it could cause like a crease in the model whenever you go to like subdivide it or apply modifiers, or else just have a gap. It can cause a big ass mess if you don't like make sure everything's merged together properly with the mirror.
Does Cobalt know what he's doing? No, we've never seen anything like this in our lives.
Wizardry.
This is a new level of magic we've never experienced before. It's fascinating. We'll have to take many notes.
Oh, the notes. This. So got that in there. Make sure I'm not backtracking. Okay. Fill faces.
It took a while to get the key commands down.
Yeah.
It's so many different types of commands.
Luckily, a lot of the stuff for Blender, at least, is like if you keep your left hand on the keyboard on the home keys, it's all just that hand, and the rest of it is just the rest of the time you just keep your hand on right hand on the mouse. I think that with some setups for like game designers and shit, there's just a keyboard that's like that half the keyboard because there's so few commands that are automatically mapped to the right hand side of the keyboard. And it's like the biggest thing is like if you're using a tablet and you've got that left hand thing for like A and G and scaling and all other stuff, you just use the stylus to click the gizmo in the upper right hand corner to go to Y or Z for front face and back face and stuff like that. Alright, so a bit of a sidetrack, but just explaining some things as I go along. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to click the topmost vert. And then we're going to get the bottom one. Then we'll hit X. And delete that vert. And I got an extra one in there, so I need to do mine.
Okay, it's
Alright.
deleted.
Yeah. And then...
You didn't delete it.
it didn't delete it?
No, it didn't delete the face like yours did. It's just solid.
Oh. Alright, I told you the right thing to do.
Okay.
Just dissolve. So you dissolved, I actually deleted it. So what we wanted to do was actually dissolve it. So you did the right thing in the first place.
Okay, so hold on, how do I get back to that?
Alright, so click that one, click the other one, then X,
That one, X.
dissolve. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. So now it's flat. And I'll say right now, the very top and the very bottom are horrible. You never, ever, ever want what is called an n-gon whenever you're modeling stuff. N-gon is anything that's like, so you've got this one whole face at the top here. But it's not a poly like the rest, where all of them are four sides. They're all basically squares. You can get away with some triangles here or there. But something like this in a model that you're using a lot in a game engine or something, you do not want to do something like this. This will make the model look like shit, essentially. But you can still cover up as well. This is very like simple. We're going to render this out and it'll be something that you can use for PNGs or scene setup, things like that. You don't have to worry as much about topology for things that are just going to be in a scene. I doubt that's going to be something you're going to animate and turn into live action character sort of thing or something.
I'm gonna give it little legs and it's gonna run. It's gonna have little tip-tap sound when it's ready.
Alright, so we got basically the meat of it. What we're going to do now is hit one on the number pad, or else you can hit Y in the gizmo in the upper right corner for front view. And we're gonna basically get to the carving part. So if you hit 1, we'll bring, oh no, never mind, I went to face mode so I can show you the faces and stuff. You're already in vert, so that's where we want to be. So to cut a mesh, like how we're going to do here for carving the pumpkin, you hit K. It's one of the few ones that are on the right side of the keyboard. That's your cut tool. Basically, you can click anywhere and it'll start making a cut in the mesh. And then basically where I'm going to start off at will be 1, 2, 3, basically 3 squares down from the top whenever you're looking at it dead on,
Yeah.
near the middle. But you can start wherever you'd like for making the eyeball.
Okay.
But you left mouse button, wherever you hit left mouse button is where it's going to start the cut. And it'll give you the purple line how it has on my screen.
Yeah.
And you can just do like all the way over to a specific point if you want. Then wherever you left mouse button again, it'll do that cut through that line, but it's not applied yet. So
I have one cut. I have one triangle already.
alright, so you're just gonna go with the triangle?
Yeah.
Alright,
Simple triangle. Be simple.
I'll go with something slightly more complex.
110.
Make mine complex too.
Oh my god. Okay, so work a bar. Pop. Well, my car's gonna be
Hard eyes. Alright, so after you've done a cut, well, click pick your cut stuff, you hit space. Space will finish the cut for you.
How do I adjust a cut?
To adjust a cut, like where you...
So what do you need to do?
Yeah, where I place.
Step 1, step 2, step 3.
Trying to remember which key it is.
Yes, we need to all those steps.
No, that's for doing multiple. Well, only thing I can think of right now, because I cannot recall what you'd have to press to change where the verts are, is either Control Z like you did, or else hit Escape to just delete the cut altogether.
You're fine. I'll do your
Walk
way.
in the park. Is that a turret? I'm not.
This is not a heart. What is it doing? It's not letting me cut where I wanted to cut.
I don't know why it's probably because you're going from on a line to, well, a pre-existing line to that area. This is usually used for like cutting into, yeah. So you probably just had to go off center a little bit.
Free?
Damn it. I would need some to look nicer.
This is like some very rudimentary stuff that like I'm kicking out for the first lesson, I guess you could say. But space will finish the cut.
Oh, space. Okay.
Alright.
Not a cut.
So after the cut being done, hit 3 to go face select. And hold down shift and click on the faces that are inside the cut area. Then X and delete faces.
Okay. Now it's just flat.
There we go. Wait, did you hit delete faces?
Yeah, dissolve face.
Delete. It'll just say faces. There we go. Yay, faces.
Okay. Now how do I indent?
Indent.
like to cut through the pumpkin.
I'm not sure exactly what you're getting at.
Is it the bevel thingy where like you take the vertice, you push it inwards towards the center?
Oh no, we're gonna actually do something. We're actually gonna do something easier than that. I'm gonna give mine a little face, a little mouth here first. Faces. All right, so go. Oh, I didn't see that you're doing a mouth as well. Space. Space finishes the cut.
Space. Okay. What? Space.
Yay. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
I didn't need the nose.
Yeah, you can do the nose as well if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do nose.
So everybody can watch with me if they're not over in your stream already.
Face to further. Next to delete.
Yeah.
Got a little nose.
Got the nose.
Yum, 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 yum.
Nom 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 nom.
Like, I want to put little ears on it. Get a little cat ear.
I didn't plan that far ahead. Yeah. So right now it's basically like you're dealing with a paper lantern. So the way we're going to make things look a little bit better is we're going to hit tab to get out of edit mode. Unless, well, I'll wait until you're done. You're giving it little whiskers.
If I can't give it cat ears, I'm gonna give it whiskers.
Cat ears, you probably just have to add a little bit more to the mesh.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Alright, so hit tab to go out of edit mode.
Yes.
Then we're going to hold down control and hit 2.
Okay. Oh, it looks like a Hello Kitty.
Yay!
Oh
Yeah, that's something that needs to be explained, but I wanted to show it.
no! Oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
What's happening?
So, like I was saying with Engons, if you look at the face there for the end of the top 2 whiskers, if you hit 1, you look at vert mode, you see all those verts that are there, they've got more than just 4 points. And that can cause major issues, as you see. It's cute. It could be fixed, but you'd have to add in more topology to make like the squares.
Yeah.
It's like mine's got some goobery to it at the edges of the mouth and the eyes, but I'm more so concerned about making sure like you get a decent product here. So,
What was it you said before?
alright, so you go hit tab to go back into object mode, then control 2 to add a subdiv.
Ooh,
That's just shortcut key.
I've got
Alright, you want to see how you fix that? Alright, hit tab. Alright, so in edit mode here, you'd have to probably go with on cage.
Okay.
Let's see here. No, here, pull up X-ray mode so you can see the verts a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you look closer at the nose, you can see like you've got a bunch of stray verts, I guess you could call them.
Yeah.
What you'd want to try to do is turn some of those into squares, or not squares, but polys, which essentially is breaking it down to just four points. So sort of like a square. So you take the cut tool using K, and from the second vert, like I'm trying to look at where we could possibly connect it to make it look a little bit better. I'm looking at your stream from Discord right now, my stream. So the vert that you have selected, probably cut it down to. So click on that one. Yep, and then cut it down to the corner right down there. Down, yeah. Then hit space.
Okay.
See how it smoothed it out a bit more?
Yeah. Do I do that with all of them?
You'd want to try to make 4 sides, so that'd make a triangle.
Oh.
Control Z that one, and get the one that you have highlighted down to that corner. So where you were, yep, that's 4 sides right there. So see how like in the middle there, you've got 4 verts connecting to that point. So you got the vert that you first cut from, the vert you second cut from, then the 2 verts down there. That's 4 sides for you. That is making a poly, and what a lot of sculpting to game models is turning that stuff into polys. So yeah, that one would be a perfect one right there, and that should help smooth it out some.
Okay. So we'll fix the eyes too then.
Yeah. Tries, like you got the triangle in the upper left hand corner of the eye, and in the middle of the eye there. That's okay. You see that it's like not really horribly pinched and everything. But if you wanted,
It's a little more rounded than I want.
yeah. So getting it to actually not be as rounded is a bit more of a pain in the ass. But here, before we go further with that, we're gonna see how it looks after we put a solidify modifier on there. So let me get back over to my side. Busy watching and making sure like I'm not misguiding you here. So what you're gonna do is in the add modifier, stop playing. Add modifier,
Hold on. It's wounded me. Let go of my tool.
punch it,
I did.
and then in generate, which is already pulled up for you, go down to solidify.
Okay.
Add that. Now that's gonna add some more depth to it.
It's a little wonky.
A little bit. But that is because you've got to drag the modifier up above solidify.
Like this. Make it bigger.
No, wait. So you're doing the next step essentially.
Oh.
So mirror will always stay at the top. And the easiest way to move these things around is to collapse them using the left arrow, collapse them down, and then using the dots that are on the far right of them,
Yeah.
move it so that the solidify is above the subdivision.
Right. I did.
Did? All right. Okay. I'd actually bring it over. That is one thing, like in the chain of things that we have in our modifiers now, to try to always remember you want your mirror modifier at the very top always. and that will be the first one you apply before everything else whenever you go to like finish the product, I guess you could say. If you don't do that, that is where you'll get the subdiv messing things up because it got applied before the modifier or well before the mirror, and you'll be able to see like the seam down the middle of the model and all other stuff. The way I remember is always M and S because we're not into S and M. So that is how I recall to always go mirror then subdiv. That's what you'll use the most of, mirroring and subdividing. It's a bit of an oddball way of remembering it, but makes it easy. So now with the solidify, I'd like to take it up to like 0.075 thickness, maybe a little bit lower.
Oh, it's a fluffy.
Fluffy.
He's a big boy. He's very round. It definitely doesn't have a hard nose anymore. It's not a heart anymore.
Yeah, you'd have to add in a lot of topology to fix it. Num 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 num. Yeah. But that is pretty much the pumpkin itself done.
Okay, how do I get out of this mode?
You can hit tab or switch it to that and then get rid of X-ray mode so you can see it better.
Alright. I was like, where do I see no, now I understand. It still looks really weird.
Yeah, it's the whole thing with trying to keep it with with quads or polys. But good, you got that click, so right click and then shade smooth. That'll make it. There we go. And it like smooths it out. I topped in it. Now, what's your stuff set up? Alright, that's right. Yeah. You can always adjust the thickness for if you want it a little bit thinner or thicker. Like I said, this is like a very basic getting to know things as well as like learning how to make something at the same time sort of project I sort of put together for us. That for the most part I could watch while you're doing it and hopefully be able to explain things or point things out. I'm trying to think how we could possibly fix up the hearts without messing with things too much. Alright, leedle leedle. Leedle leedle leedle. Alright, and then from there we go to
Walk in the park.
yeah, just watch what you're doing here.
What you're doing, I'm trying to be where you are.
What I ended up doing was hit tab to go back into edit mode,
Right.
then two for lines for edge select, and select the very topmost edge. So yeah, alright, so you got yours selected. You're gonna hold down shift then hit S, and that pull the mouse down to cursor to selected. Now move the 3D cursor, which will always start at the world origin, that moves the 3D cursor up to there. So whenever you hit tab to go back to object mode, Shift A, mesh circle.
Got it.
We're gonna change the vert count down to 16. Alright, then we'll go into, hit tab to go into edit mode again. Wait, what? Oh, what happened to your circle? It ate your circle. Okay. Alright, then hit 1 for going into vert select mode. This just makes it a little bit easier to see why you're doing this. And what we're going.
Doing pretty good. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Alright, just checking your chat. Alright, then hit S to scale it down. And just take it down to whatever amount you think would be best for the base of a stem. You can always pull up X-ray mode to like see inside the mesh a bit easier.
That's it. Hold on, my cat's losing his mind.
Find it.
He yells at me.
Hello, everybody. All good?
Yes.
Alright.
Just to make that out.
Just want to make sure. Okay, so with it in there, we're going to hit E to extrude and hit Z to lock it to just straight up. I'll take it up just a little bit. This is just basically the base of the pumpkin stem.
Just a little guy.
Yeah, and then you hit F to fill,
Okay.
then I to do that inset again,
Why?
E to extrude, and just take it down.
Oh, down.
Yeah, down.
Okay.
Then we'll hold down Alt and left mouse on one of the bottom parts of the
Okay.
mesh.
Oh.
You want the outer ridge? I think you guys, yeah, you guys selected there. Hold on one second. I just got ready. I want to see who's jumping my bones.
Bones.
Ah, it's Anu and Wolfie. Hello, welcome, welcome. How did DBD go?
What time is it?
Mother already followed. It's beautiful and mag.
No.
See your face.
Yeah.
I met my husband and see your face. How are you?
It went fantastic. All 4 survivors died last round. Nice. Good. And how am I? I am doing okay. Just trying my best to teach Coral here how to do some of the Blender stuffs. This is who I am playing with. Doesn't help that both of you, that clip and you have the TTS on. But okay, so did my shoutouts. Get back to watch. Yeah, was that whenever you had the pilk?
What the
I
frick
think
is
so. I
that?
don't remember. I can't hear it.
No, the pilk was whenever you were playing that Tunic game.
I don't recall.
Thank you, Nu.
entirely.
It has been a while. Alright, so for this bottom part that we have selected, we're going to hit E, then S. We'll bring it in some.
Some?
Yeah.
Or all the way?
Whatever amount you want to take in, because we're going to be moving it down afterwards.
Oh,
So
maybe use that one.
then G and Z.
Then,
There we go.
there we go.
Don't want it down too far. You don't want to be seeing it through the eyeballs.
No, it's fine. Directly through the eye. It's just a different kind of pumpkin, you know?
Yeah, special pumpkin.
Yes.
Alright, so we're gonna hit tab to jump back out of edit mode.
Okay.
Might as well get rid of X-ray for the time being, because we don't need that at the moment either. Then we're gonna do Control 2.
Control 2. Ooh, yeah.
Right click the shade smooth. Alright, so now it's sort of just adjusting it so it doesn't look as weird. So you can use G and Z to like move it up or down. You can scale it.
Pumpkin.
Just sort of get it into place there, sort of.
There we go. This is a spot just for it. completely detached like a balloon. It kind of looks like one too.
Yeah, like a balloon top. Alright, so from here we're gonna hold down Shift and hit S. Cursor 2 selected again. Alright, then this one messes with me still a little bit. I'm gonna hit Shift A, then go down from Mesh, Single Vert. Oh, your Mesh, yeah, Single Vert. So it'll be this is one of the ones that was added by the extra objects and stuff. And then add Single Vert. And this instantly takes you into edit mode for that single vert. Because otherwise it'd be very hard to pick it out in everything else. This is like technically a single pixel on your screen.
Right. Okay.
Alright, so we'll go to a front view using the number pad 1 or else there, yeah. Then hit E and extrude. And just move it up. And this is gonna start sort of doing our, just hit E and extrude it in whichever manner you'd like to make a sort of stem. Just tell me whenever you're happy with that and we'll move on to the next step.
You just did the opposite of what I did.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so we're going to hit tab to go out of edit mode. Right mouse button. Convert to curve. Just a single curve, not curves. I accidentally hit the curves before and it messed me up. So now this is a curve. So since it's a curve, on the right hand side where like the wrenches and where modifiers are and stuff, you want to go down to where it says data, where it's got the the green, only green one in the list. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is all your curve data. This, whenever you start working on hair and stuff, this is one of the things that you'll use for making hair. So in the geometry part of it, so right down here below texture, we're going to increase the depth. You can hold down Shift if you want to like do it slow, or you can.
Wait. You put increase the depth?
Yep, increase the depth.
Where's that?
Right below in bevel, in the bevel area, right underneath where, yeah, right there. Oof. See, it really blows up if you don't hold down the shift key. But there's that.
Oh my gosh, I have an idea.
What? What you got?
Back. Hold on. Okay. Am I back in it? I don't know, but
Yeah, you're in edit mode.
okay.
Alright, so out of edit mode.
Okay.
Right mouse button.
Right mouse button.
Convert to curve. Yeah, there you go. That gets you back to your curve. Ta-da! Yeah. And there is a way that you could make the stem itself look like a heart. Like it's in a heart shape. But that takes a whole lot of messing around. So instead of it just being like round, it could be in a heart shape. And that would be done in the same area where it says bevel there. There's got the round. You would want to click on profile. I'm just telling you this so you know about it. You can click profile and it will actually give you a graph sort of thing that you can move stuff around and try to get like a heart shape out of it.
How do I tilt this?
Tilt.
I did rotate. That is just kind of like a this. But I don't want that. Oh, wait. I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
So I'm working a little differently than I wanted it to. This is chaotic. Wait. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Ta-da.
So we can tilt back a little.
Yeah.
I'm just not quite tilted, but that's okay. It's fine.
It's still nice.
It's for what it is. It's fine. Oh, I can do it this way. Way easier.
Oh, the gizmo.
Yeah, I like the gizmo. That's easier. Okay, anyway. Moving on. Yes.
Alright, so we will right click on it again. Convert to mesh. Now it's back to being a mesh. Well, what we gotta do so it doesn't look weird, because if we left this like it is now, the end of the stem, you see how it's wide open?
Yeah.
They would see that whatever material you put on the outside here that's closer to the camera. But then, since this face isn't on the bottom of it, it would look right through it. So, this is the outside of the skin. This is if you spawned inside of your friend in VR chat or something, and you're looking right through their eyeballs and you see their mouth and their teeth and their eyes just floating in nothingness.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do to fix that, you're already in edit mode, I see. You can hold down Alt and click on one of the lines and get all of them.
Oh,
Then
got it.
F for the fill. Basic little fill.
Got it.
Yeah. And then we'll add a subdiv on that with control. Actually, that should help too.
How do I get this to pull out without extruding it?
Control Z.
No? Oh.
Alright, so I to inset from what I was seeing you do. And then G. There you go.
I need to be a little shriveled up.
Oh.
Just a little, not a lot. It'll be fine.
Alright, that'll actually possibly help with what the upcoming step that you gotta do here. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can tab out to object mode, have that clicked, and control 2 to add a subdiv to it.
Nothing happened.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Alright, so with you adding that end, it actually fixed what, like you see mine's got like a little bit of an issue. I'd have to go in and put another loop cup in to straighten up. Yeah. So that's basically making our pumpkin. So to finish things off, starting from the stem, so click the stem, then shift, hold down shift and left mouse button on the base of the stem, and then again on the pumpkin itself, Control J. And that's what happens whenever you don't apply modifiers before doing that. So Control Z to fix that. We want to apply our mirror, and the rest of it should be fine. So just applying the mirror isn't adding a whole lot of topology to it. Another thing, whenever it's joined, the reason why I did that with the stem as well, even though it doesn't have the modifier to begin with, whenever you join them all, it basically takes the parent object, which is the one that, like, whenever you like shift click all the stuff again. So you see how the stem is sort of like was sort of like an orangish color, and then the pumpkin, its body itself, was that lighter orange. Whatever the lighter orange thing is what is the selected object. And if you were like baking textures from a high-res model down to a low-res model, you would want to have the low-res model as the selected object that it's being baked down to.
Okay.
So you'd pick high poly then low poly. But
Like this, it should be fine.
yep, so you already joined it there, I sees. Add my stuffs. Control J. And now you can just move the whole pumpkin around as much as you want. Oh wait, no. Parenting would be a better idea. Control P, object.
Okay, there we go. I just wanted to change this one a
E.
little. It was a little too big.
Yeah, that's fine. It's your pumpkin. You can do whatever you want with it.
Do we add color now, Project says?
Yeah, we can go to color now. Alright, so we'll keep this super simple for this time around. So we're gonna go click on the viewport shading, the one that looks like a circle, yeah, with just that like fourth of it sort of colored solid. So this is your basic viewport shading thing. You can add materials in this tab, but for the most part you might want to go over to the shading tab itself up at the very top. It'll be above where it says global.
It's different.
Yeah, so every scene will have a background, a world to it. And if we were to make this pumpkin like metal and gave it the reflective, yeah, it would reflect the world box that it's in. You could put different HDRIs into the world, and you could then see that reflected in it. So if you are planning to put it into a dark scene to begin with, you can get like a dimly lit place or something, like a picture of that as an HDRI, and then import it into, well, put it into Blender as a world object for it to use for the background, and it will reflect it like it's in a dark environment or also light environment, whichever way you want to go. Usually I don't mess too much with that because a lot of the stuff that I do is the realistic looking materials and stuff.
Yeah.
So technically, like these two things that are off to the left hand side, we don't really not really going to care too much about. So if you want in between, you can right click in between and then join area.
See? And then what?
And then you do the same going over. Other way. I hope that's not going to do what I think it would do. I just don't want your scenes getting messed up like last time.
I know. No, it's okay. I
Alright.
have my files over on the side, but I don't have that graph thingy anymore. But it's okay, because I can push them out of the way and chat won't be able to see them, so.
Yeah. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Yeah, alright.
I'm looking at my files. We got nothing in there for you.
So we'll start off with the pumpkin body. Just click on the pumpkin,
Okay,
then new material.
how do I do that?
So down at the bottom, in the bottom box, you just hit new, and there you go. That gives you new material. So here you can click on the base color where it's got that white box. You can pick from RGB, HSB, or if you know the hexadecimal value that you're going for, you can use that too.
Motherfucker.
And if you want to go with RGB, I mean, it's
I'm sorting something. It's, oh man, you guys got the LGBT lights. It's RGB, motherfucker.
oh god, that's so.
I'm gonna go for this looks good. Maybe it's a little. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, so this very, very basic teaching. Okay. Alright, so what I like to do is I'll take the roughness up some. The further up it goes, the less it's going to be reflecting the light. So if you turn it all the way down, it's going to be as shiny as hell.
It's glass.
Yeah. It could be a ceramic pumpkin.
Ceramic pumpkin. I like it. I like the ceramic.
Yeah.
Cause then it's like, ooh, look at this thing. I made this thing. It's fine if it looks like shit because it's ceramic.
I painted it in school.
I painted this in school.
So that's our very basic pumpkin coloring. So yours joined differently than mine, and that's metal. But you see the HDRI reflecting already in it.
Yeah. It's a metal pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Undo ceramic. Ceramic pumpkin.
Alright, so next would be the stem, but since yours joined differently than mine,
Oh no!
I'm gonna learn you.
Alpha and it's mad at me.
Oh, the alpha? Yeah. Usually,
Ghostly pumpkin.
yeah, spoopy.
Yellow pumpkin.
Yeah, alpha's fun to mess with sometimes. So, yours joined differently than mine. And way that we'll have to fix that is go into edit mode.
Like this?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, hover your mouse over like one of the verts for the stem
Oh.
and hit L. Now we'll select those ones. The way you're gonna have to go about this is where it says slots at the bottom there.
Slots?
Yeah, slots. It's like it'll be in between the two where you added the new material.
Oh, slot one.
Alright, so hit the little plus there. That's right next to the first material you have on it.
I'm confused.
The little yeah, there we go. Then hit assign.
Okay.
Then you can do the same with the other part of the stem.
Okay.
So slot assign. Alright, so give it a new material. And I can follow along from there since you have that. Boop. And yeah, you can make it whatever color green you'd like.
Okay.
And because you did it that way, since it's like one piece, you don't have to worry about assigning the material to the other part. And if you were to throw this in, if you were to export this as an FBX and throw it into Unity or Unreal, it would all just be one mesh. Whereas with mine, I'm pretty sure it'd still be separate pieces, but if I drag them onto the scene, they'll all be together.
I have an idea for something and I want to see if I can make it.
What you thinking?
So, how do I get back to the... Oh, is it in layout? Is that right?
What you think?
So I'm gonna add... how do I... add... a single verb, but I want it inside of the pumpkin. How do I move that?
You're in edit mode already, so just hit G,
Okay.
and the Z will move it down to the pumpkin.
Oh, it still didn't do anything. It says I have it, but it's just it.
Oh, G first, then Z.
I did. That's what I did.
Why is it not moving it then?
Am I in the wrong thing?
No, you're in the right thing. You're in the right thing. Alright, oh, modeling is a different part.
Layout.
Alright, here, we'll delete that vert, so, yeah, that works. Now, click on your pumpkin, and we're going to have to move the world cursor. So, holding down Shift and press S. And we'll try a cursor to selected. Let's see if that takes it to the middle of the pumpkin for you, roughly. Had to make sure I was doing that myself. Alright, so it's going to be in the pumpkin at least.
I don't think it's actually changing anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything.
You're putting on X-ray mode?
Okay. I'm in X-ray mode, but because of the actual
Oh,
thing,
you want to take it off of so you want to hit the full circle in the top right corner to take it back to like the...
oh,
Yeah, there we go. That way it actually gives you the X-ray mode.
okay.
The vert's there. Alright, it seems a single vert's being a pain in the ass.
Oh, I got it. That's not right.
God damn it. Probably be better off.
And then Y, and then Z. No. Why is it? No. How do I get it to move on both of them at the same time?
Shift X. Shift and X, yeah. That way it excludes the X axis.
Yeah. Oh. I wanted to do the X-axis. With it. With the X and Y. Right.
I'm just watching you to see what you're trying to do. There we go.
And like a tongue. I want to make a tongue. Come on.
Alright, okay, so I had a feeling that you're going for a tongue or something like that. Alright, so you kick out of edit modes with tab. Right mouse button to convert to mesh. Are you just moving around, Shams?
Yeah. Okay. Convert to mesh.
Not mesh. Convert to curve. Sorry.
Okay.
Alright, so you go into the curve menu on the right hand side. That's the two dots connected by a line. Then geometry is already open, so you can give it some thickness there. I'll basically make it as thick as you think you want to make the tongue. So about that thick. Alright. So with curves, you scale things slightly differently with curves. So you have to shift into edit mode again with tab.
Okay.
So you wanted the, well, you probably want to move the base of it, like the first vert. Yeah, you can just click on that vert and maybe just move it up with. There we go. Why is there the other vert there? Is that just a random vert floating there?
I think so.
Alright, hit X and just delete it. All those times you were hitting E and okay, so every time whenever you go to extrude something, and then you change your mind and you right mouse button. I could hear.
You keep deleting any more of them. It's just there.
Yeah,
Ever.
if you right mouse button, that will leave it'll still be extra stuff there from wherever you extruded it. You just canceled moving it. Extrusion automatically adds, hitting E automatically adds more topology.
What?
No matter what you do. So if you change your mind, you don't want to extrude anymore, you still have to control Z to get rid of that extrude that you did, and then try extruding again. So so the way that you, I don't know why the hell that thing's still just staying there.
I don't know. Maybe it's just mad at me.
Yeah. Alright, so the way that you make stuff like scale in with a curve, we'll pick the tip of the tongue. Then you hold down Alt and hit S. And that's how you scale curves. If you try using just S for scale like you normally do for like the rest of the stuff, it won't work. So you like expand that using Alt S to make it bigger. There we go. Yeah. Ta-da. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So that was a big sidetrack from the norm of from what was planned, but it's you get into experiment and stuff. But that's sort of how you do hair. Using just curves. There's also a way to do it with two curves, which gives like a sort of the stylized look, like sort of like Fortnite and stuff, and a lot of other things. But if you want to, you can convert that to mesh and then fill in the tip of the tongue. You gotta hit tab to go into edit mode. Yep, there we go. Alt F. B. Then get rid of X-ray mode. Oh, wrong one. So you see how it's like not really getting rid of that kink in the tongue?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so to fix that, you could add a subdiv, just control 1 might be good enough.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, there we go. Actually, it looks
It should be a little bit flatter though.
a little bit flatter.
A little bit more like an oval shape instead of a cube.
A tentacle.
I don't really tentacle.
Alright, so the way that you can do that, it's like really sidestepping the plan, but you can hit, it's fine. Hit tab to go back into edit mode. Now, pop on X-ray real fast. Well, that's darn wireframe. I am not used to wireframe at all. I use it still. Alright, so we'll pick we'll pick like the very top vert of the one of the circle that's just inside the mouth. The little bit closer to the front. Yeah, that one. Alright, so up at the top where it's got that magnet, we're not going to be using the magnet thing. To the right of that is proportional editing, the one that looks like a target. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So we'll be using that. I think you picked one of the back verts again. Yeah. That's like the one downfall with X-ray mode. You'll sometimes pick shit behind what you wouldn't mean to pick. So try to get the vert that we had before closer to like the mouse entrance.
Right.
Yeah, right there. Okay, that should be good. Now hit G and mouse wheel up. There you go. So the proportional editing thing always starts off like really freaking big for some reason. But you can hit Z and now I just keep it locked on just going up and down. But proportional editing will affect the nearby verts that are within that circle. So it's almost like the grab tool in Sculpt, whenever I was showing you that. That's a little bit flatter.
It's a little flatter. I'm sure you'll learn how to make proper tongues eventually.
The simplest way is using a cube. Hey JP.
This is a different kind of tongue. Anyway.
Well, the easiest way with a cube would be like, yeah, bring it in here, scale on Z, scale on Y some, then modifier. There you go, simple tongue. That is a very, very quick, dirty, easy way to make a tongue.
Yeah, like that.
Like I said, a box. Then I can always put in like another loop here and give it a little bit of lift. This is literally how I make a tongue on a model.
That's pretty cool. Well, we won't worry about that one.
There you go, you got a tongue. Doopy 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 doo. Yeah. The way you could have shaped it without having to mess around with proportional editing in the mesh form would be using a profile on a curve, and that's another way that you can do hair stuffs, using profiles instead of two curves. Just profile stuff is more exact and bothersome. That's why people use two curves instead.
Right. Okay, so now I can go back into shading.
Yeah.
What is it to get just the tongue?
Alright, so hit tab to go into the edit mode. Then pick a vert and hit L to pick all the linked verts. So, yeah, since it's an individual part. assign, then new material. Hi, JP.
Colors the inside of pumpkin. Aside from orange. Same color orange as the rest of it. Oh, it's poking through.
You can always fix that in this scene.
We could just do this.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, it's breaking the model. Never mind.
Oh, that's because you got proportional editing on. Up at the top, the circle thing. Just tuck that up in there.
Okay, we hide our mistakes just like we hide our unwanted kids.
Huh?
You just get like banging against my closet door. Bang, 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 bang. Let me out of here! Okay, we gotta reload. Okay.
No.
I should have paint to do. I don't want to make it like a normal pink because then it implies it's alive. I don't want it to be alive. I just want it to be a pumpkin-y.
Pumpkin.
Yeah. This is slightly off-colored. There we go. That's better. Yes.
Now you want to see all that hard work go to waste?
Let's do this.
In the upper right hand corner, where you got that one right there. Go ahead and click that.
Okay.
That is almost what it looked like if you want to render the image right now.
Yeah.
This is your live render view. Basically, like whatever you see in this tab is how it's gonna come out wherever you render the image.
Okay.
And the way we fix that is you hit tab to get out of edit mode, shift A, then down where it says lights, we'll add in a point light first,
Okay.
then G, Z, and I am not even looking at the right side of my stuff. Where am I light go? There we go. Ta-da, now we have light. And you can always up this light. On the right hand side, you've got the little light bulb, the green light bulb there. Not that one. Yeah, there you go. And this is where you can change the intensity. Like 500 and burn with the power of the sun.
You see the whole thing just implode in on itself. Better lighting. There we go. Something brighter.
Yeah, so you got the light source insides of it, and this is also rendering off of your CPU. So, a lot of people.
I like a little one on the outside.
Alright, so on the outside here, we'll go with Shift A, light, area light.
Oh.
Yeah, gotcha. And then just GZ to move it up.
DY. I want to tilt it. I don't want it to be. Zoom out. Y. And I want to rotate it.
R. Then you also hit R a second time, sort of get like a. So if you like double tap R, it gives you that sort of gizmo.
That's what I was trying to do earlier. I was trying to figure it out. That's neat. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is sort of another pain in the ass with setting up scenes and 3D modeling stuff. You Gotta figure out a good setup for the lighting. Go 50 here, bring it back some.
So just a little light. Is there a way to make like a light that goes around it, or do we have to make a bounce light?
I think what you call a bounce light is what's commonly called a rim light.
Yeah.
So I'll teach you how to duplicate. So with the light still selected, which you do have, you hold down Shift, then hit D, and that duplicates the light, and then you just move it around. It'll be the exact same color, intensity, all other stuff. And usually I'll put that behind the pumpkin. And that sort of gives you the outline, I guess you could say, of the pumpkin wherever you render it. Just doing some lineup stuff here myself. Yeah, a lot of scenes will use what's called 3-point lighting, which uses 3 lights, 1 rim light and 2 other lights that come in at different angles.
Yeah.
And you use whatever setup of colors and all other stuff that you want to do to try to make it pop.
You said it was shift what?
Shift D, delta.
Oh, there he goes. And we can just have it kind of come up from the bottom.
Yeah. That's a little bit better, maybe.
Spooky. Dun, dun, dun,
Whoopee. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Okay. We got our lights in place.
Yeah. So you like, if you can get like an angle that you like if you like that angle right there, just sort of like set up where your view of what you maybe want to go for. Alright, so instead of fucking around using like G and X and Y and all other stuff to move the camera around to get it to where I'm looking at right now, and I don't forget where it is, what you can do is there's a hotkey combo for moving the camera to where you're viewing right then and there.
Okay.
So that is Control, Alt, and 0 on the number pad.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, so click the sort of dotted line that's like the outline of the camera there.
How do I do that?
Hit T.
Okay.
And change the circle select to box select. So you hold down left mouse button on the circle select and take it to box select. That's like the usual default. You should be able to just select the camera. Then if you want to like zoom in you hit G, then Z 2 times. Then going up zooms in, going down zooms out. Or you can mess with the camera settings. That's another way.
Depth of feeling it.
Yeah.
No focal distance. We get nobody. We can't see shit.
I'm blind. I thought it was only a rumor from doing it too much.
Oh my god.
That streamer got banned? Which one? There's been a lot of streamers doing stupid shit of late.
Always. Mags that stream. Which one? Like the pumpkin gun. Thank you.
Yeah. Sort of got Coral doing her own thing, and as I'm trying to teach her stuffs.
Yes. I'm over it. I'm an overachiever.
Well, it's fine because I like people say, oh, okay. Eh.
Now what?
Alright, so if you wanted to render this as an image right now, you could, but it would have the background, the gray background. If you want to make it so that it's a little transparent PNG like the pumpkin I have on my head or on my stream, you will go to where it got the little digital camera on the right hand side. Let me bring up my Blender because I've just been watching yours. Move you back over there. Alright, so the digital camera right here. It'll be underneath the screwdriver and wrench. Alright, so first things first, we've got Eevee, we've got Cycles. Those are the two main render engines.
Whoa.
Cycles
So nice.
is the more realistic one, that's why you go with that one sometime. Did you just get that?
Performance mode.
Oh, yeah. Cycles is currently running off your CPU. You'd want to change it to your GPU. So kick it to Cycles, and as long as it doesn't kill everything. Underneath where it says supported, you should be able to go to GPU compute.
Time for a little drinky poo.
Drinky poo.
Cheers, genitals.
Got it.
Alright. Another thing. We don't need, like where it says sampling, every time you move your camera whenever you're in the rendering view, it's got to sample over and over and over again until it gets back to this view. We don't need it at 1K. So for the viewport one, the first one that's max samples of 1024, we'll drop that down to like 512. And then for rendering, do pretty much the same thing. Because this is in a moving object, it doesn't really matter.
Is it 512?
Yeah, 512.
Okay.
Also, the higher the render samples are, the longer it will take to render out something. So if you render this, it'll do 512 samples when we're rendering one image. So if you have a 10-second long video of this pumpkin walking or something, and it's still set at 512, you're by default going 24 frames a second. So each frame you're sampling 512, so 512 times 24 times 60 times 10. You know, it's going to take a long time to do.
You don't say.
Yeah. So we can minimize those with the little arrows off to the left. Down further, there'll be one that says film. It's underneath motion blur. Alright, and then we'll hit transparent. We'll tick that box. And there you go. See how everything turned to the checkerboard, checkered background for like alpha channels and stuffs? Oh, those are different filter types. Usually I don't mess with that unless I'm changing to Gaussian for specific things.
Oh.
But now, up at the very top, like very top left, near file and edit and all other stuff, the render tab,
Render
and render image.
image. I'm just feeling a little slow. I have to manually do this, you know? Every single step I repeat. I have to manually render the whole damn thing. Okay. 68%. Let's go. We're getting there. Super mystery. Oh.
There you go.
Thank you for the water. Okay.
Alright. So now that's rendered, you can click image at the top there.
Me?
Yeah. Then save as.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can't see my shit. Okay.
And then save it wherever you want.
I'm just saving in my Blenders tab.
Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna save mine in my PNG file. Boop. So it should automatically save it as either untitled PNG or else whatever you have the file set saved as for the blend file. And now you have made your first pumpkin transparent PNG that you could throw on stream as a browser source if you wanted.
Look at my boy. My boy's. Oh shit! It closed out everything. My boy's not that amazing. Sit back. Look at my boy. My boy is amazing.
Thank
Not quite.
God it didn't have the usual background to it.
Yeah. Unless you want to play Snowfall, maybe take a ride. Okay, thank you so much for being here. You know, I said it earlier that my goal was to do 3 pumpkins. I don't think we're getting 3 pumpkins today, Chief. This took me 2 hours. Almost 2.5 hours.
Yoink.
I don't think I'm getting another one. But I do want to try to the speed run as quickly as I can. At least the first part of it.
Oh, once you get more used to the control, all the hotkeys, it'll definitely go faster.
Yes. Now what?
But oh, if you want to add it as something on Blender, you can just kick it in as a image source. I think is what I got my pumpkin as.
How much 3D Coral on this? Well, it depends
image,
on
yeah.
how long it takes me to figure this out.
Well, also doing people models a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, but that's okay. If I can manage to do that, I could make a few different types of models and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Figure them out. I'll probably start with something really small until I can figure out things like shapes and stuff and other ways of rendering them together, like shaders and all that other cool stuff.
Yeah.
For now,
Hey, Seawolves. Oh, Muxil. Mux Goodbean.
hello. It's so nice to see you.
Yeah. Muxil's a long time supporter, and he also streams every once in a blue moon as well. He does art. How many months has it been now, Seawolves? 78 months you've been subscribed to me. Basically, as long as I've been affiliated, he's had subscription to me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had planned for tonight's lesson. Because I expected like some sidetracking and stuff, and talking about different things while doing the blenders. And technically, you already got the base for making more pumpkins if you want. Emperor's New Groove, seeing what children saying, yeah, nah.
When do we get to learn more? Next week. Hopefully we'll be doing this every Monday.
That's DLC. Yeah.
TBD, though. TBD. We might not, who
Yeah.
See how it goes, but this was a really good first start.
Depending on what the hell I can figure out, something for us to do that's like new.
It's okay. I think maybe the teapot could be really cool.
Teapot.
Because I'm still kind of learning all of the different like buttons and stuff. That's where I'm at. Once I can figure out buttons and all of that, I can start figuring out much more difficult stuff. For now, it's mostly just the beginner, the figuring out what buttons do what and what combination.
Yeah, a lot of it is trying to figure out like all the stuffs that you have to do to get things working properly.
I didn't think we'll have enough time for that today, though. I'll be honest, I woke up really early today. I'm getting real eepy.
You're not allowed to be eepy.
9. Usually I wake up at 12. I woke up at like 9 today. I'm so eepy.
You're not allowed to be eepy. You're fired.
Oh, that's too that bad.
But you got the basic idea of how to make the pumpkin. And that's always like a starting point, and it's a lot more hands-on with the teacher there to answer questions and also follow along and see what else is like going on. And hey Jen, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome raiders. Got me in the middle of doing the teaches stuffs, which I'm not super good at because I've never done it with other people before.
Do you see what I created? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Have some faith in yourself, man.
Oh, it takes me like a moment or two to think like, okay, she just did this. What did I break?
Oh no!
What happened?
Little terrible, horrible things for me to make them do.
Not the thinking.
Not the thinking.
I'm bad at that. But I don't know, like that'd be the basis for a sort of.
That looks like a bucket.
Yeah, bucket. I'm just thinking how I'd extrude out the. Got me sidetracked thinking of how the hell I'd do this. Mirror, add modifier.
Never mind. I'm good.
No. No.
All good.
Okay.
Peace.
So I'm trying to think how I'd like teach somebody to do this. Now that you want to make like the teapot. Sort of doing it live.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. I didn't think it would be too hard. It's a lot of extruding. Cause like the teapot isn't like. I didn't think the teapot would be too difficult. It's mostly just like curves. There's the curves for the handle. I feel like the part that would be a little difficult would be the spout,
Yeah,
but that's about it.
that's what I'm trying to get at the moment.
Given what you told me, it doesn't seem too difficult. Also, when you looked up in the X-ray review for your pumpkin, it kind of looked like how do you say it? Like a bowl, like a little half pumpkin bowl.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like we were doing the same thing, and you were following along with what I was like saying what to do, and still we got different results, other than
Yeah.
the different things that you did.
That's the goal, though. You want different results. You
Yeah.
don't want it to be the exact same. I think though I'm gonna end up, I'm gonna read out. Just 'cause, it's getting a little late
Yeah, I'm probably gonna raid out here as well.
Do we want to raid into the same person?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Got somebody in mind?
Start a Cindy today.
Stardust?
Yeah, I'm ready to start it. Here, do you need a name?
She's not racist, is she?
No, never. She's a.
Then I'll go with somebody else then. Maximum outrage.
Yes, she's on a break. No. Is your wing coming back? Thank you for the hug. We learned so much today. I'm super thankful now.
No problem at all, Coral. Say, as long as you learned about the stuffs, I'm happy, because then I at least did the explains the best I could.
Yeah. Well, we can still raid into Cindy and she'll probably say hi after we end.
Yeah.
Go ahead and deafen on my end and do that. And I will get you on over there then.
Alright, and it's just Stardust Cindy one.
Never mind.
She's coming.
here.
Alright. And it's just one word for her name?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do your outro. I'll do mine. Alright. Alrighty, everybody, so we're gonna raid into Stardust Cindy. Make sure that's the red thing popping up. Yeah.
Look. See?
Yeah, you see me. We got the raid message there. First one for people that are subscribed. Second one for people that aren't subscribed. You use global emotes, your own emotes, somebody else's emotes. I don't care, just have fun with it. Cindy has had a model done by Coral in the past, but I don't know if she's using that one currently or not. Hey, project. Thank you. But yeah, I wish you'd stream whenever you get the chance to see Will's. Thanks for the Gremlin redeem. But you guys go over there, you say hellos to Cindy, and don't be too mean, just mean enough. And until next time on Wednesday, I'm probably going to end up doing some Warframe. Alright, you guys take care of yourselves. And until Wednesday, tacos and burritos.